I talk a lot about the importance of repairing in a parent-child relationship. And I was thinking about it a little bit more in terms of how we repair, right? And I also emphasize the importance of our tone when we are chatting with our children, and how important just softening sort of our tone is, and softening even our body language is as we deliver messages to our kids, whether that's regarding something we want them to do, or whether that's when we're trying to repair a mistake we made. So we're parents, we're going to make mistakes, that is normal. And my key is that when we're aware of our mistakes, we can repair our mistakes, right? So, but when we come to our children to do the repair, right? Are we coming with authenticity, right? Are we coming with a genuine desire to repair it, really looking back at what we did and saying, wow, you know what, that wasn't okay. I didn't mean to do it the way I did it, and it wasn't okay. And can I soften enough to be able to come and genuinely help them feel the truth that I'm truly sorry, so they can take that in and then release it, right? And easily forgive us. Or am I coming and apologizing for something maybe that is more like an ingrained belief system that I now have to change? So let me give you an example. I was talking to some high school parents, and they were talking about having been very clear on, grades being important, school being important, and that leads to a healthy and successful career, and to get into university and all the competition and all of that. So the belief system was focus on grades. Grades need to be good. You need to have a good work ethic. Study hard, study hard, study hard, that kind of thing. Really normal, right? Most parents have that belief system, and sometimes that's not effective for the children. So what happens is the children, they can't just do well in school. They're having difficulties. Maybe they have some stuff going on. Maybe it doesn't really matter why, but some children, they're just not able to sit down and study and then get the grade. It's not such a linear path. So often what we find is for those children and parent dynamics, there's a slow sort of like a separation that starts occurring, right? Where the child is trying to prove themselves to their parent, and it's never enough because parents are stuck on the worry or the fear that, in fact, if they don't do well in school and get into university, they will be not literally homeless, but there's going to be challenges later in life. And so this fear comes over us as parents. And so the child is experiencing their fear as disappointment, which often we do as well. And then that disappointed feeling, right, is internalized by the child. So now they worry about disappointing their parents and continue. So sometimes what happens is, going back to repairing, parents will be like, wow, I didn't realize the impact I was having on this kid. Now I realize that, grades don't matter that much. It's not worth, their wellness or their mental health. So let's backpedal here. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. And we as parents may mean it. So there's two ways. We may genuinely have embraced the reality that, wow, I didn't understand the impact, and now I'm truly changing. But it can also sometimes come with still fearing it. So I intellectually understand that what I did wasn't helpful for this kid, but there's still a fear in me of, I don't really know what this other way of doing things is. And so I'm still coming across in my apology with fear. And then the child, they don't know, the teenager doesn't know how to differentiate, oh, my parents are still scared, but they truly, genuinely understand that this is not the way for me. They mix it up, and they still sense that disappointed energy because of the fear. So there's two pieces to ask yourself. Sorry, I'm talking more than I normally do here. But the two pieces are, when I'm coming to apologize and say, hey, I really genuinely now see that it wasn't helpful to be trying to put you down this traditional path, and that you do things differently, and that's awesome, and that we can make life work somehow in this alternative way, and that's just clear. The other is, am I coming in with still, I don't know how this is going to work, but I understand that this isn't working, so I'm going to come and say, I'm really sorry for what I did. I know there are other paths, but there's this energetic I don't know what these other paths are. It's freaking me out inside. Again, because you care about your child. If you're the second person, I just want you to slow down for a moment and ask yourself, have I truly embraced this idea that there are other paths and they'll still be safe and okay? Or do I need to work on myself a little bit there to help me release that fear and embrace the new belief, right? Because this belief that study hard, go to school, go to university, all will be well is ingrained in us. So it's not that easy to break it. So have compassion for yourself if you're still scared. And what I'm suggesting is, as we work on ourselves to clear that, we can actually clear a path so that we can truly help our children take an alternative route and still be as successful as anybody else. So that would be the goal from the parent side of it. And then the child will then be able to truly feel like you're on board with me, you're not disappointed in me anymore, and then the closeness starts to come back, right? The safety comes back and the connection. And then I'll say one final thing on this, which is a lot of parents will tell me, but the child seems to want the grades now, right? Like they're saying they want it. I've given up. I've said, don't worry about it. It's too much stress. I can see it's bad for you. But the child's like, no, but I want to do well. Let's remember, they've been doing years of listening to us tell them this is the way it should be. They should be, believing the grades are important. And so this has still been ingrained in them. So that now they've internalized our voice. And even though now we're saying it's okay, don't worry about it, that's become their wiring because they've been hearing it. Even if they didn't follow it, the belief systems are still there. So what we want to be doing there is not just going, well, now I've done what I can. I mean, this kid just wants it, so what am I supposed to do? It's both sides. Can we shift the belief for both? And how do we do that? First, start with us. Shift our belief so it's genuine and authentic. Come to them, say, I know you believe this to be true at some level, and it's not okay. So it's okay for us to start shifting that mindset, right? Away from believing the only route to success is through grades and studying hard and getting into top universities, and recognizing that together we'll find other ways. And when we clear the fear, we create the space to be creative and come up with these really neat, amazing ways for our children to succeed and be happy in life. Thanks so much.